Hi there, it's Nicole for Simon Says Stamp, and today I have a couple of cards showcasing the January 2016 Simon Says Stamp card kit. I had created one of the cards, but from the leftovers, instead of wasting those, I went ahead and created another card. So it's just a flip-flop of the solid colors of cardstock on the top and the bottom of this card design. I'm going to go ahead and grab the blue, violet, and gray cardstocks included in the January 2016 kit. In fact, everything that I am using, all of the cardstock and pattern papers, embellishments are all from the kit, the stamps. And I am using the heart banner die from the new You Have My Heart release at Simon Says Stamp, and some white embossing powder and ink from my craft collection. Otherwise, everything is from the kit. So I have trimmed down the blue, violet, and gray cardstock to 4¼ inches by 5½ inches. That's the standard size of an A2 card base. I want to start with the size of that card base and die cut this heart banner right there, kind of in the upper third portion of the card, or the upper half. I'm not actually going to use any of these hearts. You could definitely save them and use them for something else. I am not even going to use the outline of this. It also could be used for another card if you wanted to. Instead, what I want is that top portion of the card. Then lining it up, what I just cut, with the bottom half of the gray portion rather, which is also 4¼ by 5½ inches. I'm going to tape down my die. Just going to make sure one more time before I go ahead and run that through that it's lined up exactly by replacing the blue violet cardstock there real quick. And I'm going to run this through again. That's going to give me the bottom panel for the card. I'm doing an inlay design here. So again, I'm not going to use the hearts or the actual die cut outline, but rather I'm using the top and bottom pieces that I die cut. All of those die cuts that I just created could be used for other projects. I'm just not showing anything here today. Next, I'm going to take some of the white cardstock from the kit and die cut this heart banner again. This time, I'm actually going to keep the outline of these hearts for my card. That's going to go in between those two cardstock panels. Then I'm going to take 3 patterns of pattern paper from the Doodlebug paper included in the kit and die cut this banner from each of those paper designs. This is going to go in the actual inside pieces of that banner. Then from the cute snowflakes stamp set included in the kit, I'm going to line up a couple of the greetings on my acrylic block. I'm just kind of gently curving them to follow the design of that heart banner. And on the top panel of my card, so for the first one, it's going to be purple. For the other card, it's just going to be flip-flopped because those pieces were exactly die cut. I can use both of those panels for my cards. And I'm going to stamp my greeting, which is sending flurries of thanks, along that heart kind of border there. I stamped it with Versamark ink, and I am using some white embossing powder. Before I heat set that, I am going to go ahead and stamp a few more of the images from the cute snowflakes stamp set, this little dashed line. Go ahead, and I'm just applying the embossing powder as I go so that I can definitely see where I've already stamped. Then I'm going to stamp some snowflakes and little hearts and other images on this panel. So this one is going to actually have like 3 little images, that snowflake and a couple of other small images. And then on the bottom panel, I'll stamp some additional ones. So here's that awesome stamp set. It's also available for individual purchase if you don't want the whole card kit, which makes it great. Lots of fun ways to use this particular stamp set. I love the snowflakes in this and the fun little greetings. I added a little heart to the end of the greeting. There's just lots of cute little images in this stamp set this month. Once I have all of these images stamped and the embossing powder applied, I'm going to heat set that. Make sure I don't have any little pieces of embossing powder lying around there. And then I'm going to move to the bottom panel of the card. Again, I'm going to use the powder tool to help that embossing powder stick only to where I've actually stamped. I'm going to use a little bit bigger snowflake image here on the bottom, and then 2 smaller ones to kind of round it out. That just keeps there's a lot going on that top half of the card, and it just draws your eye down to the bottom half of the card and doesn't leave it quite so wide open. Just keeps that design moving. Again, I'll apply the white embossing powder, heat set that, and then I'm going to be ready to put the whole thing together. Now, I wanted a little bit of a white border all the way around the card. So I'm going to trim off 1/8 of an inch off of the bottom and the sides of each of the panels. So the gray panel and then the blue-violet panel. Just a small little trim on those 3 sides on each panel, and that's going to allow that nice white border on the card base. I could have done that before I did my stamping, but I wanted to keep it the same size just to make sure everything was going to fit just in case. And once I got to this point, I realized I thought the white border would really look nice, especially with the white outline of that heart banner. I can go ahead and start adhering all of the elements to my card. I'll start with the bottom panel, and you want to either start with the top or the bottom and work your way up. Excuse me, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. Then you want to apply the hearts. So I'm going to just use a glue pen and add some little dots of adhesive to the heart or the heart banner. Attach that next and then finish with that top panel. That way you don't accidentally adhere that top panel and leave too much room or not enough room for the heart banner. So start either at the top or the bottom and start applying these to create that inlay style. I'm going to use something heavy to hold that down while I apply my adhesive to the top panel. And then I can go ahead and adhere that right there along the top of the card. You can see that great heart border starting to take place. And then I used a glue pen to attach all of those pattern paper hearts that I die cut earlier along that border, and that gives a great pop of texture and pattern. And I'll finish with some of the Doodlebug Sparkling Lily White enamel dots in the center of some of the snowflakes, and that will finish up these really awesome, quick and easy thank you cards. And then, like I said, I just went ahead and created another design exactly the same as this one, using just flip-flopping the gray and the blue-violet, and then that way I got 2 cards out of one design. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the January 2016 Simon Says Stamp card kit. Here are a couple more cards you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.